there, I'm Han.
And I'm Kat, and we're Brews and Reviews. So today we are going to be starting a brand new series here on our channel. It's not exactly the sort of thing that is a highbrow series. Basically, I once signed up for Bookbub so I could get, good deals on ebooks, and I thought, sometimes you might get a good one. Like I got Adam Silvera's History Is All You Left Me on there, so some good things on there. The recommendation emails that I keep getting sent, not good. Like a lot of terrible books recommended on there, and I just got fed up of it. I thought, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna read one to see how it is, So I did that. And it's brought about this new series, Daily Deal Disasters, because my God, was this book a disaster. So we're just gonna put a disclaimer right here. This video is not suitable for anyone who is under the age of 18. There is a lot of sexual content that is about to
be spoken about.
Yeah, and excerpts read from this book. It is not appropriate if you're under that age or you are not comfortable with that sort of thing. You're just not going to enjoy this video. So, fair warning, if you're not going to enjoy it, please don't stick around and suffer through this. If you do not mind that sort of thing, you are in for one hell of a laugh.
Yes. And cringe, maybe. I'm cringing. But I find it funny too. But cringe.
This book is called Chosen by the High Judge. This is a book 2 in a series. They thought, this first one was good enough to have a sequel. This book is written by J. Peaches, and it's basically about this woman called, I don't even remember what her name is. That probably says about something, doesn't it?
What's your name, lady? I mean, literally, me scrolling through the things. What's her name? What's her name?
Zara. Zara's her name. It's basically about this woman called Zara who she's gone to Australia, which is now owned by the aliens that have invaded Earth, but they're like aliens that basically look like humans. The only difference is that alien men can have sex a lot without, needing a rest. Oh, and they're really dominant, these alien men, and the women are really submissive. Oh, yeah.
No, where this is going.
Aliens, that's all the difference that anybody ever has in Aliens, isn't it? Zara is in Australia, the alien headquarter base, I don't know. She's at the university there studying meteorology. And she gets drunk with some alien friends, does some stupid things like, I don't know, I think she pees on someone. I'm not really sure if that's what happens. She gets really drunk and goes on a bit of a bender, and then she ends up in, the courtroom of our other protagonist, Galen, the High Judge. So he sentences her to, have, a public whipping, because they believe in, public humiliation. So she's like, oh shit. And then
She's like, shame.
No.
Shame.
What?
Shame.
So it's not like that, because they take her to get prepared for her whipping, which is basically like some guards go over and they're gonna spank her a bit so that her skin's tempered. I'm like, what? What? Who's thinking of this? Anyway, some guards are really creepy, but then the judge is like, well, actually, I've changed my mind. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make her go through this ordeal thing where she basically has to become my sex slave for 2 months and a bit. Yeah, that's a better punishment. That'll teach her. That's not at all beneficial to me, the judge. So he basically signs her up for that, and he's like, hey, do you want to do this instead? And she's like, yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, and other news, she's a virgin, because every woman in this story, every woman in this sort of story is a virgin.
I mean, she can piss on someone when she's pissed, but mate, come on now.
Following that traditional totally innocent, ready to be submissive.
I'm so innocent, I'm just gonna piss on you because I'm so pissed.
I don't know if she did actually piss on someone, but I'm pretty sure something along that lines, like, sort of went, and she actually did deserve to be, like, she would actually be in jail, like, for the things that she did. She got drunk and did some drunk and disorderly things. So after they decide that, okay, she's gonna come live with him and be his prisoner in his house and follow the terms of this ordeal thing, she basically ends up not wearing any clothes in his house. She has to wander around naked, and he's like got this like nurse lady that lives with him and has always lived with him. She's basically like his maid. She has to like get Zara ready for him, like teach her to get in the position and like so
I genuinely don't know how to do it. I don't know how to sit there and read it.
because it got really funny, because it genuinely, like, it's like gross, but at the same time you're like, someone's thought of this, someone thinks this is great, and I'm there like, oh god,
Yeah.
oh god, why? I've got a few excerpts of Galen and Zara's time together that I want to read to you, and actually I want to read them to Hannah so that you can see how Hannah deals with this sort of thing, because it's just the best.
Like, I can't.
Okay. Now, this, I think, is taking place when they are, you know, in the bedroom. He's not going to bang her because he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And he's just going to take his time with her because she's a virgin, so, obviously.
Galen was making a point. He could be kind with his cock, control it for her benefit, but that didn't mean she wasn't his to use. The first orgasm of the evening had been hers, the next would be his. Zara was sandwiched between his mighty body and the unforgiving bed. She was hot, paralysed by the bindings, and yet his careless movement electrified her. Not once did he pause to catch his breath or allow her respite. He had a hunger that surprised her. Yes, he probably wanted to fuck her properly and thoroughly. Nevertheless, he held back from taking her fully.
Oh, considerate of him, wasn't it?
Galen magically expanded his energy through touch. He kissed and probed and brushed her hair to one side so that he could nibble on her earlobe.
I'm not gonna lie, but what?
The palms of his hands briefly rested on her shoulders, pushing her deeper into the bed. All the time, he drove his cock between her buttocks, using the friction to excite himself to a climax. He paused, juddered, released a hot gush all over her back. The thick liquid slid down her furrow and into her slit.
Oh!
Okay, so this is the first time that these two people have had an encounter together, and you look like I'm scarring you, Hannah.
Me, I am.
It's not even the worst bit.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know what? Like, in books, I don't mind reading sex scenes. Like, sex scenes in a book doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But when it's cringy as fuck like that, like, oh, it's disgusting. Like, I can't deal with cringe. Like, I'm terrible at dealing with cringe. Like, I just can't do it.
It is super cringe, to be fair. So, this is another of their encounters.
He'd a beast of an erection too. Engorged to the tip, it seemed longer, thicker than ever. She'd touched it before with her lips, sucked and licked it. She felt it along her spine and between her ass cheeks. But it was the first time she'd seen his cock with a full backdrop of his body. Fuck, he's a splendid specimen.
What a splendid specimen!
Right, I'm not gonna lie as well. Who the fuck nibbles on somebody's earlobe?
It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Galen reached around and slid his finger down her spine and into her ass furrow.
Like, I just genuinely don't understand why would you describe something as a furrow?
I know, there's a lot of furrowing about, isn't there?
Love a good furrow, does this author.
Now this, all of you remember, this is our way. Zara shivered, both with nerves and excitement. I can't, you're too big. He circled her anus and the trembling intensified.
Have they actually had sex at this point?
Nah. This is like 40% into the book at this point in time. They've not had sex, they're just like doing furrow things. So I think they are actually, oh no wait, I'm not sure if they've had like vaginal sex here, but they're definitely like, yeah, let's have anal sex, because virgins like anal sex, right?
She pushed against his downward thrust, and the combined impact forced his cock inside her bottom. She cried out and grabbed a fistful of bedding in each hand.
I'm sure you would, because like,
Do you know what? Like, do you know what sounds wrong about that? It's the fact that they've used such a brutal word like cock, but then into her bottom.
Yeah, it's wrong, isn't it? It's like, make up your mind how you want to describe these things.
He didn't withdraw. Instead, he eased down, stretching her tight coils.
What?
Coileatus. Then there's this.
Zara was a little bit sore inside and out. She had a well-punished bottom. Bisma, the nurse, had noted it after Galen had carried Zara back to her room. However, Bisma's delightfully curative array of ointments quickly soothed her bottom in many ways, both outside and internally.
Oh, can you imagine applying for that job?
She didn't apply for that. She applied for, like, looking after baby Galen, and she's just been with him ever since, and now he's, like, banging criminals. And she's like...
Job description.
Just no. It's just not a good time for anybody, is it, really?
No, not really.
Okay, so this next bit happens when the judge has invited some other doctor guy around to, you know, watch. Because he gave her these tattoos that light up whenever she's turned on. Like, literally, she's, like, got invisible tattoos that, like, glow colours when she's turned on. So he's invited this doctor guy around so he can check it out, what happens. So she doesn't know anything about this guy being there. She's like,
How? I mean, he won't fuck me, I won't allow it. He's like, he rested his hands on her trembling shoulders. No, he won't. He's here to watch and assist a little, but nothing like that. Your clitoris is your weakness.
oh yeah, because these alien women don't have clitorises and they're fascinated by them. Because... What?
So vulnerable, so accessible, so needy, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, she confessed. Is this really a punishment? He helped her up to her feet and pulled her into his arms. He whispered so quietly she was sure the doctor couldn't hear him. It is the best, most generous punishment I can offer you. I've set aside many things to protect you. What I choose for you is what my heart desires. He released her and she gaped in shock. Was that really a declaration of love?
Oh my god, don't tell me they fall in love at the end of this.
Oh yeah, of course, because what else would happen? You know, you've been made someone's sex slave. Of course you don't fall madly in love with them and want their babies. This is later.
She whimpered and drew her hot cheeks apart until the skin was taut. 6 little flicks of my whip on your asshole. What? 6 to make you remember to behave and obey my rules. He trailed the whip down her spine and along her cleft.
Oh, so it's not for her this time.
to cleft this time.
Allowing it to drop between her legs. Was that it? A stroke of his whip? She had an answer a second later. Her poor bottom hole was treated to a brisk snap of the whip end.
Like, what? Who thinks, yeah, okay. I mean, even if you do think that that's great. Like, her poor little bottom hole. What? Bottom hole?
That's it, little girl. Let it out. Let go of that pain and frustration.
Right, he is not called her little girl, I think.
Yes. No, because then he goes, I'm
taking care of you now. I'm your family too.
like, that's weird, because I thought that you were enslaving me for 2 months, funnily enough. That's like, I just don't understand, like...
What the fuck
This doesn't make sense.
Mind when you wrote it.
It doesn't make sense. Like, there has been no, like, structure built up about, like, even if they were, like, you know, falling in love or whatever and they were in that relationship, but, like, it doesn't make sense. They're just, like, one day, he's like, I know, I have a sex slave, and then she's like, fine, I don't have to be publicly whipped, and then they're, like, banging a bit, and then they're like, oh, okay then. Love. This one made me laugh a lot. I was reading this in my car and I remember it because it did just remind me of something. Okay.
With a splutter, she breathed around him, feeling the texture of his smooth bulb and leathery surface of his hardened shaft with her flexible tongue. She continued to service him until he withdrew. He gripped his shaft and pressed it against her chin. Suck my balls.
What? Oh my god.
It just makes me think of Cartman from South Park. Suck my balls.
Oh my god.
This is briefly just after that.
She circled the shaft with her tongue, and when she tried to reach the balls with the tip, he leaned his hips closer to her mouth, allowing her better access. He trusted her mouth with those balls.
Hang on. Is he inside her mouth?
This is why I highlighted this bit, because I was like, is she, like, trying to get, like... the sausage and the eggs inside her mouth at the same time, because I'm not sure that given that he is a fine specimen who is previously described as like giant and too big to fit inside her, how is she fitting both of those things in her mouth? I'm not sure human anatomy of a virgin works like that very well. Like, unless she was like previous life a porn star with no gag reflex or something.
I generally am like a bit scarred by this whole like situation.
He fingered her furrow.
We're back to furrows,
Oh, God.
guys.
Are you going to be good, or will I have to punish you here? A multitude of shudders brought goosebumps along her arms and shoulders. She shuddered as he poked her. She glanced behind her. He looked majestic. Naked, knelt between her raised rump, with bulging muscles and wearing a stern expression.
Her response.
I'm so naughty, sir. Punish my bottom.
Oh my god.
In whose mind do people talk like this? Okay, yeah. Last one, Hannah.
Okay.
You'll be grateful this is the last one. It's a short one.
Galen was happy to spoil her with a leisurely fuck, and when he pumped his milk, his potentially fertile seed, deep in her pussy, she replied with an orgasm of her own.
What a nice way to round off the... Wowzers. So, Hannah appears to be scarred, and I've not even told her about the end of the book yet. No, because it gets, like, you know, it's great. The end of the book, after, you know, they've kind of fallen for each other, she's having a picnic on the lawn, he's out at work, she's fallen asleep, and, you know, bam, some random dude, like, he's run away from the army, he's broken into the judge's house, and he's like...
I'm gonna bang you.
Yeah, how did you know? How did you know?
Is she up for it?
She's not up for it, no, but she's like, right, I have to wait till he gets home and no one else is in the house, so I'm going to have to distract this big burly alien dude that wants to bounce, wow, with her. So she's like, okay, I'll take you into the other room. Oh, you know, but, you know, before we bang, I'll just have to bandage your arm up because you're a bit cut. I know, I'll just take my top off and just wander around with her boobs out. Like, she just literally just wanders around, top naked there. And then he starts to get a bit like, you know what, mate, I'm just gonna bang you anyway. But of course, the army break in, and Galen is home and rescues her, and they're in love, and she doesn't get molested by the creepo. She just decides to marry the other creepo. And that is the end of Chosen by the High Judge. Now, I wasn't scarred by this. I found it absolutely hilarious. Hannah, on the other hand, hasn't even read the whole thing, and you have had a great time in this new series.
Right.
Can't wait for the next one, can you? Yeah.
That...
Yeah.
Shit now is all I can say, really.
Yeah. So, if you know why I've been recommended some utter tripe like this, I do get recommended some good things still as well, but like, what is this that I've been recommended? If you get recommended any utter trash books as well, please let me know.
Like, is that a genuinely, like, published book?
It's an ebook, published ebook. But people paid like money for this.
How much?
I don't know, I bought it for 99p because it was on a deal, and I was like, I'm fed up of seeing this
all
shit.
I can say is you were robbed of 99p.
I don't know, it brought me genuine laughter, so... yeah, it was shit, really, it was shit. We'll see you in the next video for hopefully something less disastrous, but I mean, who are we kidding? It's gonna be a total disaster.
Alright.
See you later.
I have to admit, that is a terrible, terrible book.